Hi Hamzah.
Hello.
So here we are again. My vague memory was that we did a checkout interview at the end of your BTEC.
Yep.
And a year on, if anyone, by the way, would like to check out Hamzah's exit video last year and was to look at him this year, I think you'd see a very different man, being the operative word. So Hamzah, what's changed in what has been effectively 9 months for you?
Well,
Does you look different?
yeah.
You sound different? What's happened in 9 months that has made such a difference to you?
After the BTEC course, I got into a few universities, but I felt like it really wasn't for me. So
Okay, so you wanted to push on with drama
Yeah,
school, didn't you?
I wanted to push on with actual acting and
Okay.
performances. So
Right.
I thought if I was going to start this full-time course, I might as well give it my all and work on myself. So I started going to the gym.
And over the years, you've clocked up quite a few shows, haven't you?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, how many?
Finished this year with 21, I think.
You're serious?
Yeah.
21 shows in 3 years. Well, anyone watching, if there's any sort of doubts about whether you get the chance to act here, then 21 shows of varying sorts. And that's not just from the courses you picked up on other shows, stepped in at the last minute, helped out. So, and would you say that to anybody, that there are opportunities about if you put yourself in the mix?
As well as the 3 performances you do on the BTEC course each year and the 6 you do here, there's evening shows that you can join in. Active for beginners, there's a lot of different shows you can just join in.
So, at the end of your BTEC, you were joint custodian of the best all-round student, if my memory serves me, shield holder.
Yeah.
What hopes for top student of this year, do you think? Are you still aiming for that one?
I've kind of given up on it, to be fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been focusing on
Okay,
just working.
right. So if we look at this year, being more serious for a second, you've had some fairly seismic roles, haven't you? You've played Cliff
Yeah,
in Cabaret. You played in East,
I played
Les. In Macbeth, you played Macbeth. And you're playing Gangster in Gangster Number 1. So there's a catalogue there of quite sizable parts. What's the responsibility of playing a lead character for you?
For me, it's trying to get the lines out the way as fast as you can so you can actually focus on the actual acting. Because I think for Macbeth, I was close to getting out the way of lines as fast as I can, but it was probably the most challenging thing to do because there are so many lines to do.
I mean, I know actors go on about learning lines. You haven't stopped learning lines for 9 months.
No.
Literally. There hasn't been a break between being cast in a play and performing a play.
Yeah.
How do you manage to juggle all those lines in your head? Do you have to physically empty them? Because it's a question often people ask about actors, which is, do you just simply get rid of it like recycled newspaper or something?
Not really, because I think I still remember most of my East lines as well. It kind of stays in your
Really?
mind, yeah.
Psychologically,
Yeah.
with you damage.
It stays with you. You'll have like one word to remind you of it, and you'll know the entire speech. So it kind of just stays with you. It takes time to learn it, but it's good to have it in your mind.
And at the moment, you are in the latter stages of
Yeah.
a run tonight of Gangster Number 1, and then we go into technical and performance next week, while still trying to block Act 2 of Musketeers and finishing your directing scene, whilst also preparing for an audition. Not a lot then, really. It doesn't let up. And would you say that's a good thing on this course, to
Yeah.
not have the let up?
It feels like everything we've done up to now is being squished into 4 weeks of.
And do you find that early training has now helped you to be able to accomplish this?
Yeah, it feels like, everything we've done up to now is kind of coming to fruition. It's
So the voice training with
Yeah,
the voice coach,
voice, the stage right.
combat,
Yeah.
movement, then all the varying character roles. There isn't really time to contemplate or worry too much about what's coming out your mouth.
No, because you've got to focus on the next one. You've got Gangster Number 1 next week, and once that is over, you've got 3 Musketeers and the directing project.
So today, just as a case in point, we're doing this interview now.
Yeah.
At 2 o'clock, you've got a blocking of Act 2 of Musketeers, and then in the evening, from 6 till 9:30, you've got a final run before the technical of Gangster Number 1. That's a 12-hour day.
Yeah.
It feels like every day is 12 hours at the moment. So for anyone who's looking for a part-time correspondence course, this isn't the course, is it?
No.
But if you're looking for a full-on course where you really are challenged, do you say that that's what this is for you?
Yeah, it's putting your own time in as well. You can spend the entire day you can finish at 6 o'clock, or you can put more time in and finish at 10. it's what you want from the course.
And just very quickly, because people are often curious about the directing project, you're directing a scene from
The sensor.
the censor.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between being a director and being an actor?
Well, of course it's challenging, but it is just one little scene, so it's not as
I
challenging
appreciate
as-
that, but
yeah.
sitting as a director as opposed to an actor in the scene, what skills that are different that you have to use?
Well, you need to know what you want from the scene. You need to know
Okay.
the set. You know what you want from the actual actors. How you see the scene playing out.
And how has that helped you as an actor, being a director?
Well, it kind of helps me not just taking instruction from you and doing things myself, really,
Right.
to make it easier.
So it makes you more aware of the process.
Yeah.
So the sort of empty page of just standing there and waiting to be told what to do, because you know how frustrating that is as a director now when an actor brings nothing. So do you feel, well, I mean, generally there isn't really the time to do that on a course like this anyway, because unless you come prepared, you get left behind, don't you?
Yeah.
And as we move towards July, it'll be 3 years
Yeah.
for you, 2 different qualifications. You're aspiring to again possibly look at work when
Yeah,
you
I'll
finish?
be trying to look for work. I think I've got a call back for another Macbeth
Yes, fantastic.
filming.
So you're going to throw yourself into the world of work while still retaining the aspiration to go to drama school.
Yeah.
The best of luck as we come to the next 3 weeks. I guess it is the advice, take it a day at a time.
Yeah, just keep working hard. It's really what you want from the course. So you put your own time in.
And a piece of advice to anyone sitting here thinking what you might, what would be one lasting piece of advice you'd leave anyone listening to you at this particular moment?
You just give it your all, really. You can, like I said, you can spend your time here doing barely anything, doing 3 shows a year, or you can finish with 21, really.
And at the moment we're in the middle of Ramadan, so you've got another couple of weeks to go. That can't be easy, having to balance out your personal, feelings and your kind of philosophies in life. So just give a piece of advice. Is it possible to do?
Oh, it's possible. It's obviously really, really hard, but you can get through it.
If you want to.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of use mind over matter and be sensible with it, because I mean we've spoken about it, and I think that it's safety first as always, and particularly on a hot day where you're doing multiple stage combat, you have to kind of deal with the reality of the situation. But all hat off to you being perfectly serious that you're able to not compromise that while still pursuing a professional aspiration. So that's that's another significant feather to the cap, really. So Hamzah, really the very best of luck. I gather the week of the show, Ramadan's up finished, is that
Yeah,
right?
I think it finishes next week.
So at least you'll be able to kind of come back to form in that side of things in terms of your intake of fluids and food the week of the show. So Hamzah, the very best of luck. It's been a fabulous 3 years, and I'm sure it's going to be a fabulous next 3 weeks. So the best of luck with all the things you've got to do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.